Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, in this video, we are going to start with chapter number 6 of ACCA F3, okay? And the name of the chapter is Non-Current Assets, Acquisition and Depreciation. So let's first understand what is the meaning of non-current assets. As the name suggests, these are the assets which are not for current use, but for long-term use, that is for more than 1 year, okay? So now let's take an example. Today, I acquired a machinery. I have a shoemaking business, and let's suppose for leather cutting, for cutting leather for shoes, I acquired a machinery. Okay, so the purpose of the machinery is to cut leathers, and I'm going to produce shoes from that machinery. So do you think that I'm going to use that machinery for just 1 or 2 months? No, right? I have a shoemaking business, so I'm going to use that machinery for a long time. So that is why that machinery is my non-current assets. It is long-term in nature. I have not acquired to dispose it off, okay? I'm not going to dispose it off and collect the sale proceeds. No, that's not my aim. My aim is to make shoes from that machinery and then sell those shoes, okay? So they are not normally acquired for resale. The shoes which I'm going to make from that machinery, I'm going to sell those shoes, okay? I'm not going to sell my machinery. So if I have to tell you in brief, these are the assets which we use for more than 12 months, okay? If I've acquired the machinery today, I'll use it for more than 12 months. Now, these non-current assets could be of two types: tangible and intangible. What are tangible? Tangible is something which we can touch. Okay. I have purchased the machinery. I can touch it. I can feel it. I can see it too. Right? What are intangible assets? Which I cannot touch. I cannot see. But I can feel them. Okay. Like uh, I have acquired a license. I make some chemicals, and to make those chemicals, I acquired a license. So that license would be my intangible asset. Okay, I cannot touch it, I cannot see it, but I know it's there. Okay, I have it in my phone. That's why I'm able to make those chemicals. So in my example, machinery would be tangible, but normally saying non-current assets could be both tangible and intangible. Next, they are used to generate income directly or indirectly for a business. Now, sorry, the machinery which I've acquired, I'm not going to sell that machinery. Okay, but still I'm using it for my business. Like I'm making the shoes and I'll sell those shoes. So I'm indirectly using it to generate income. Okay. Really sorry. They are not normally liquid assets. Now, what is the meaning of liquid? Liquid means which we can convert easily in cash. So, do you think that if I've purchased machinery today, then I can go into the market after 1 or 2 weeks and I can sell it easily? You really think that there are people sitting over there which want to purchase my machinery? No. If I have to sell that machinery, I have to go through a long process. I have to actively look for a buyer. I have to price it accordingly because I have used it for 1 or 2 months, or say 1 or 2 weeks, anything. So it must have depreciated. Okay, there must be a significant loss in value. It is a main feature of non-current assets, okay, that after using it they depreciate in their value. In the coming chapter we'll also see how do we calculate that depreciation. So I hope as of now you must be clear with what are non-current assets, right? Now next topic is which all cost should be capitalized in the cost of asset and which all should be expense. And guys, this topic is really very important for exam perspective, so listen to it carefully. Okay, just a second. Let's do it from here. Okay. So let's start with a simple example. I purchased an air conditioner, right? So the cost of that air conditioner would obviously be, the cost of my asset, right or wrong. Okay. Suppose I purchased it for dollar 20,000, let's assume. Okay. So this would be my cost of the asset. Now imagine I incurred a delivery fee. The shop from where I purchased the asset, the shop from where I purchased this AC, it was 15 kilometers away from my warehouse where I required that AC. Okay, so it was 20 kilometers or 15 kilometers away. So I have to get that AC delivered to my warehouse. So I'll incur some cost, right, to get it delivered to my warehouse. So that cost also will be added in the cost of my asset. Okay, but why should we add it? Why? Okay, so we need to add it because just ask yourself this question: will that asset do any good lying in that showroom from where I have purchased? No, I have purchased it, and if it will lie over there, it will be of no use. If I want to get it in the use, I have to get it delivered to my warehouse. So that's why we add delivery cost. Okay, we capitalize the purchase cost, we capitalize the delivery cost also. Now, next up is legal fees. If I have incurred any legal fees, any stamp fees related to this asset, then I have to add it to. Then, subsequent expenditure which enhances the asset. Now, this is very important. Let's understand it with another example. Suppose I had a building, okay, and I got one more room constructed to that building. So construction of this additional room will enhance my asset. Okay, it will help me generate additional income. This one room. How can I generate additional income? It could be anything. Okay, I can use this room to set up my machinery. Okay, to set up my office. So I can use it for any purpose. But this will help me generate additional income. So that is why I capitalize this cost. But children generally get confused. Suppose I had the building, I had the room, I got painted. So, do you think in any way it will help me generate higher income? Just merely painting the room, the walls of the room will help me generate higher income? No, it's normal repair, renewal. Okay, I'm getting it renewed so that it looks better. It won't help me generate any higher income. Okay, so such expenses are shown in statement of profit and loss. I will not add them in the cost of my asset. Okay, so I hope you are getting the difference between enhancing and repairing. So in case of enhancement, the income increases. Okay, the income which we will generate from the use of that asset will increase. But in case of repairs and renewals, it won't happen. Okay. Then next is repainting, decoration. I've covered. Okay. Any administration fee, it won't be capitalized. Just simply take it to statement of profit and loss. General overheads. Okay, like we have incurred electricity bills or anything, just take them to statement of profit and loss. Now training cost. I'll come to this. This is a star mark and wastage. Okay. Wastage is also taken to statement of profit and loss. Now what is this training fee? Let me just clear it. Now suppose the machinery which I purchased, it's of new technology. So my employees do not know how to use it. Okay. So obviously I have to train my employees so that they know how to operate this machinery, right? So do you think we should add this to the cost of our asset? No, we cannot. Why? Because we cannot control our employees. The employees of our organization are not in our control. At any time, they can leave the organization. Today, I have trained them, but tomorrow it might happen that they'll just simply leave the organization and join some other entity. Okay, so this can happen. So that's why any cost which we incur on training our employees, we cannot add them, right? Just try to understand it another way. We pay salaries, we pay wages to our employees. Do we show them anywhere in our assets or in our liabilities? No, we show them as an expense in our statement of profit and loss, right? We show, if I'll take this T-shape account, I show here two wages, two salaries. I do not take it to my balance sheet, right? So the same reason applies here. Why should I take this training cost also? This training cost is related to training my employees and I cannot control my employees. So it is an expense. Okay. Don't capitalize it. Do not add it to the cost of the asset. All right. Now, one thing was left here, cost of testing to bring operational use. Now, suppose I purchased the machinery, right? I purchased it and I tested it. Like I made few products to test if it is working properly or not. So that testing will be added to the cost of my asset. Okay, because I'm checking will this machine actually give me the output which I want or not. Okay, so that cost I'll add up, right? And one thing which they have missed here, let me cover that too. Just a second. You can write here installation cost. Now I gave you an example wherein I told you that I've purchased an air conditioner and the delivery fee will be capitalized. So similarly, the installation fee will also be capitalized. Okay, if I'm obviously I've got the AC delivered here to my warehouse, but I have to get it installed. Air conditioner simply lying in my warehouse won't give me cool air, right? So if I want to take benefits from that air conditioner, I have to get that installed so that it is in the proper use. Okay, so all those costs which we incur to get that asset in the state of use, okay, in the state of use, or to get it ready to use, we have to capitalize all those costs. Okay, so I have to incur delivery cost so that it is ready to use. I have to incur installation cost to get it ready to use, and I have to test that machinery to check if it is ready to use. Okay, so all these costs will be capitalized. This is very important topic. Okay, you should know which all costs will be capitalized and which all will be expensed in the statement of profit and loss. You should have a good command over it. Okay. Okay, let's see what's there. Journal entry. Journal entry is quite simple. Okay, what is it? Debit non-current asset and credit bank and payable. If you don't know how this entry is made, let me tell you. There are three golden rules of accounting. First is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So my non-current asset is coming in. I have purchased it. So it is coming in my organization. So I debit it. Okay, I have debited the non-current assets. Credit bank or payable. My cash is going out or my bank is going out. So I'll credit it. Okay. And if I have not paid in cash, so there will be some payables. Okay, I have to pay. That's a liability, and we know the balance of liability is credit. So that's where payables credit. Right? This is a simple journal entry. Now let's try to understand this subsequent expenditure. Listen to it carefully, okay? Now suppose I was constructing a building. I have not yet started using this building, but I'm constructing it. So I'll get the walls painted. I'll get the windows, the doors, everything installed. So in this case, when I'll get the building painted, I will add it in the cost of the asset. Okay. If you remember, I told you that we do not capitalize these repairs and renewals, these decorations, but there is a condition. Okay. In this case, I have not yet started using the asset. Okay, it's still in the process of being made. So when it is being made, at that time I'll add up the cost. But once, this is the line where I have started to use. Once I've started using this asset now, after that, all the costs which will be incurred, they will be taken to statement of profit and loss. But before using it, okay, this is the date of use. But before I use them, all these painting decorations, they will be added to the cost of asset, right? Now, subsequent expenditures. What are the subsequent expenditures? Expenditures which we take up after the date of use. So I've told you this above, that the painting and all that will be taken to statement of profit and loss. But if I have constructed a room which will help me generate additional income, then that will be added. Okay, we will take it to balance sheet and it will be added in the cost of the asset. All right. I hope I have made my point pretty much clear. Now one topic was left. Let's cover that too. I've covered all this. This is covered, okay? I've just covered it. You can simply read it. You'll understand, okay? Now non-current assets register. We all understand what is a register, right? The register is something in which we make notes. We'll write everything important. Okay, so similarly, we maintain a non-current asset register. In that register, we'll write the cost of the asset, the date on which we purchase, a small description like what is the nature of that asset, what does that asset do, everything, a serial number or reference number if we have many non-current assets, okay? We have many, so we'll give them numbers 1, 2, 3, or it could be any number, okay? So we have to write that serial number also, the location. I have a big warehouse or many warehouses, not warehouse, sorry, factories, okay? So I must have kept that machinery somewhere. So I have to tell in factory 1 I have kept it, or in factory 2 or 3. So I have to mention the location. I have to tell the depreciation method. So there are two methods of depreciation, straight line method and written down value method. We'll cover this in the upcoming video. Okay, so we have to tell if I have used this method or this method. The expected useful life. Okay, for how many years can I expect that this machinery will be used? Okay, it will be used in production for 15 years, 20 years, okay, anything. The carrying amount. What is this carrying amount? It is the cost at which we have purchased the asset, okay, minus depreciation till date. Depreciation of first year, second year, everything, okay. We also called it accumulated depreciation. So the cost minus depreciation of up to date will give me carrying amount. Okay, so that's it. There are many questions from this particular topic of non-current assets register. So do not take it lightly, okay? It's of equal importance. And in fact, in ACCA exams, you have to read each and everything equally. You have to give equal importance to each and everything. You can't ignore any topic, literally any topic. Now we'll do this test, your understanding 1, and it will clear majority of the doubts if you have any. So let's read the question. Billy started a business providing taxi services on 1 January 20x5. Okay, so we have already started our business, and this the year end is 31 December, and he has incurred some cost. So we have to tell which all these costs will be capitalized: land and building and motor vehicle. Okay, so office premises, of course, will capitalize in land and building, right? Legal fees, we have done above that any legal fees, stamp fees, anything which we incur, because we have to incur these costs to get our asset ready to use. If the lawyer will not stamp the papers, okay, we cannot use that land. Okay, so if I want to use that land, I have to incur these legal fees. So that's why we'll capitalize it, right? Cost of material and labor to paint office. Now see, this cost I have incurred once I've started using my asset, okay, because I started using my asset on 1 January, and all these costs relate to 31 December. So obviously I have incurred these costs after after I have started using my asset. So I will ignore it. Okay, simply ignore it. So this is for cars. Everything else is for cars. So if we'll add 2,50,000 and 10,000, it will make up 2,60,000. See, I don't even have 2,60,000 anywhere else, but still I'll calculate for motor vehicles to check my answer, and I'll explain you too. Let me just clear this mess first. Yeah. Mercedes E-Series estate cars. So this is the cost of the car, obviously. We'll add it. Number plates. we'll add this 2. Okay, we cannot take any car on the road without a number plate. So of course this is essential if you want to drive that car. So it will be capitalized. Delivery charges already explained above. We will add it. Annual road license fee for the cars. So this road license is of daily nature. Okay, we have to incur it every year. It is not a one time expenditure. It is a recurring expenditure. So it will simply be ignored. It will be taken to statement of profit and loss, and we will not capitalize it, right? Driver's wages for first year of operation, no, we will. Why will we capitalize it? It's not anywhere related to my asset, okay, to my car. It's just simply the cost of driving it. So we won't take it to the cost of the asset. And last is blank taxi receipts printed with Billy's business name and number. Okay, so it is also not in any way related to our assets. So we'll just ignore it. So here also, here we have 1, 2, 3. We have to ignore this. Add up all these 3. Let's check. 1 lakh. Yeah, if you'll add up, we'll get this number, right? So our answer is option number A. So I hope guys you have understood what are non-current assets and which all costs to be capitalized and which all costs are just merely the expenses which are taken to statement of profit and loss. Okay, these are our expenses. We do not add them in the cost of the asset. So that's it for the video. Revise it, read it carefully, and do this test on understanding yourself. In the next video, we'll cover depreciation. We will see what is depreciation, what are the methods, and how do we calculate it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and keep learning. Thank you. Bye bye.